Happy Tuesday. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be putting in my prune demi glace that is going to be spooned on top of the steak that I'm roasting. And so my original plan was to, okay, so a real demi glace is one that you make by getting a bunch of veal bones, beef bones, a whole onions, carrots, whole carrots, celery, and then your spices, and then you put some spices in like a cheesecloth, and then and then put a string over it, drop it in it so it seasons as it cooks, and then when you're done with that, you add an Espanol sauce. So I'm gonna be making a cheddar demi glace. Hi Huda, hi Real Broski. Hey author, Bluesy Blue. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm not gonna be here long. So I'm going to roast my carrots and onion. I'm gonna use a little bit mushed up because I'm gonna cook it really, really good. So I'm gonna use a little bit mushed up to add flavor to my sauce. The same thing with the onion as well. The rest of it, I'm just gonna put it in with the steak for flavor. And then the seasonings that I'm going to use is a little tiny bit of turmeric. I'm going to use a good bit of thyme. From Cooking with Cola, I'm going to use this Razzle Dazzle seasoning. Hey Von Boop, which has these seasonings in it. Then I'm going to use some hamburger seasoning, which I like because it adds salt. Like a little bit goes a long way with the salt. Hey, Tony Africa. Thank you so much for coming in. And then I'm going to use some browning. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to use some browning because I want my demi-glace to be really, really dark. As a demi-glace should be. So my browning, I'm going to use my tomato paste. That's going to give it a nice tart acidic flavor. And then the prunes that I put in it will balance that off. So I'm using organic beef broth with sea salt. So my hamburger seasoning has salt in it. So I'm going to go easy with that. Excuse me, y'all. Because my broth has sea salt in it already. And then, of course, I'm going to be using the pitted prunes. I'm going to cut them in half, but I'm going to be using this whole bag. Because remember, I am going to be feeding my homeless camp with this food. So I'm going to make them a nice gourmet meal. Feel free, like, if you're feeding the homeless, you don't always have to do, like, sandwiches and, like, pizza, which that's very helpful, but sometimes it's nice to give them a good meal, you guys. So I'm going to make my sauce. And as I'm making my sauce, I've got my sweet potatoes boiling. I've got my steak roasting in the oven. I'm going to, hey Chase, $47 to scream. Hey, sweet Alice. Yeah, so my steak is roasting with the rosemary and garlic. And then my sweet potatoes, I have them boiling. And then I'm going to start on this prune demi-glace. And then I'm going to start making my white chocolate hearts for my strawberry passion fruit tart. So, y'all, I'm going to be busy over the next couple of hours, but I'm working smarter and not harder. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thank you guys for coming in. I will see you guys later. Hasta luego. Shalom. Peace. Bye, y'all.